Hi, everyone. It is time for another blast from the past. I'm Maureen Taylor, the photo detective. My guest today is Joe Bott of deadfred.com, and we are going to talk about Dead Fred and all of the things about photo reunions. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I also want to remind you that tomorrow is a free webinar called The Magic of Metadata, and that's over on Crowdcast. If for some reason you don't have the link and don't see it online, it is from the Family History Metadata Working Group, now called savemetadata.org. Send me a message and I will definitely send you the link. It is absolutely free. With no further ado, let's go to Joe. Let's bring him on because he is the star of today's webinar. Joe and I have known each other for a really long time. Joe.
Hello.
This is Joe Bott of Dead Fred.
Hey, how you doing?
So I call this reunion thing going on where it's on Facebook and Twitter and in the newspaper and on television. I mean, it's everywhere. Everybody has decided that creating a little joy for someone by reconnecting them with missing family photos or documents or goodness knows. One of my colleagues did it with a football jacket.
Yeah,
He
right.
reunited that with the descendants of the guy. But way before all of that, there was Joe Bott and Marge Rice. We don't have Marge Rice with us anymore, unfortunately.
No, that's right.
But Joe's still around. Joe, Dead Fred dates to what, 1998?
1998.
1998. And we met, I think, in 1999.
Yes. A matter of fact, we had a little lunch when I think it was at the Austin National Genealogy Society meeting.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's the first time I met you.
Yeah, it was the first time I met you too.
And we couldn't stop talking.
I know. It was hard to stop talking. We have so much in common. But Joe,
we still do.
Yeah, we still do. We did this podcast a couple of years ago, and couldn't stop talking either. So here we are.
Here we are.
I would love people to know more about Dead Fred because Dead Fred is the original photo reunion site before there were any others, other than Marge, of course, who was doing her thing in Chicago.
Yes, Marge. And you want me to take it from here?
Yeah, go ahead. Start talking.
Well, I'll give you the short beginning because I've said this 1,000 times. People know it already probably. But I got caught in a rainstorm in Newport, Rhode Island. And I ran into an antique shop to get out of it. And I was 19 years old in my sailor outfit. And I had to look like I was trying to buy something because I didn't want to get wet. I don't buy antiques then. But I ran across this photo album and I said, wow, look at that. And I had to buy it. That was 1965. And ever since then, I've been hooked. Something about that album just reached into my heart and said, you got to hold on to me. And there's other things going on. So here we are. 65. I don't want to count. You do the math. It's been a lot of years.
We are not doing the math, Joe.
Do the math.
We are not doing the math.
So I started collecting and I got sick. And because I got sick, I had to do something. I was driving my wife crazy. So she bought me a computer. I started putting photos on the internet. And because I noticed there wasn't any out there that collectively, like as a group. So I started putting photos on there and started connecting. I made a reunion with a guy in Fort Lee, and I called him up. Back then, you get their numbers on the internet. And I said, I had a picture of your grandmother and your father when he was a baby. And the guy hung up on me. He thought I was scamming him. But I finally did get through to him. I gave it to him, and I felt really good about it. So that drove me to start Dead Fred. And the name. People always ask, how did I get to the name Dead Fred? Well, I collect photos, and I saw this photo on eBay for $10 of Frederick the Great, or Frederick the Third, actually, of Germany, dead in his coffin. And I don't collect postmortems; they're not my favorite. So, but I had to buy that because I saw it was a good value. And at the time that it came in the mail, my family and I were sitting around trying to figure out a name for the website. And my son said, one of my sons said, how about Dead Fred? So here we are.
And
it's stuck. There we are. So since then, it's 12 o'clock on what, I don't even know what date it is. But we've got over 3,080 reunions, photos that people have found, photos that have been sent home to people. And each one of them is a very special event. And that is what's driving the engine of Dead Fred.
And you have currently, what did you say? You showed a little picture a couple of months ago of your like back room. 11,000 pictures you put up there?
11 scanned in so far that I've scanned in.
11,000.
Yeah, 11,412, I think it is. And they're all organized by photo number. So somebody says, I have found my relative. They'll tell me the photo number on the archive, and I can go into that box and pull that number up. So it makes it a lot easier to sort it out.
And if they can prove a relationship.
Yeah, well, that's always tough.
Right, that's tough.
That's tough. But a lot of them come up with, most of them have some serious verifications. So I make that work. At once upon a time, I made it very difficult, almost too difficult to make people reunions. But anyway, there it is. We have Dead Fred is free. You use it, you go on it, you use it, you put your photos on it. You keep your photos, by the way. Some people think that once they upload their photos to Dead Fred, that Dead Fred owns them. Dead Fred does not own your photos. Never will want to, unless you want to give them to us. And then we'll take them. We get donations almost every week. Over here, right next to me, I have a small mountain of boxes and blue totes with lids, and I still have to scan in, and that's about 11,000 more right now. So I've got a lot of work to do.
And anyone can upload photographs to Dead Fred.
Yes, anyone.
I've uploaded some photographs to Dead Fred that I found.
Yes,
and
good.
You put the looker in the driver's seat. So we're going to show the website and maybe do some searching. So those of you that are watching, if you have a search that you would like us to do live, we're happy to do it. We can't guarantee we'll find anything. But then I told Joe that what I would do is follow up this interview and do a YouTube video of how to use Dead Fred and then put that up on the channel so people can learn more. But Joe, I'm going to hold on just a second. I'm going to share my screen.
I see I have my niece Mickey and Amanda. Amanda's on here. She's part of that Dead Fred along with Jeanette. Wonderful people.
All right, helped. So you should be able to see Dead Fred.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
it's not huge unless you have a bigger screen, but
Let's
it is what it is.
Why don't you go into keyword search down near the bottom there?
Okay.
Type in Marge Rice.
Search term.
There you go. Now hit enter.
There you go.
And what's it say up top? How many photos?
5,323.
Right. And I'm not done yet. I'm still going through her. The story about Marge Rice is I met her once at a national genealogy meeting, and we talked and we got along very well. And she said to me then, I'm going to leave you my photos when I die. And that was about 15 years ago. And I got a call from her daughter one time not too long ago and said, my mother has passed away. And she wanted me to leave you her photos. So I hired a van and drove up to Joliet, Illinois, and there was 27 boxes full of photos that she had worked on. And she had done all the research for every one of those photos. As you scan down, you can see the photo, and then it's surrounded by a
This one in
FedEx.
particular.
Yeah, yeah. And the information that is on it and on the back, which I can't show, but is the information that she had written about that particular photograph. And she's done it for every one of them. It's totally mind-bending. And so I have a task to get this done. I'm almost finished now. I got maybe 2 boxes to go, and I'll be complete. And that'll be it. But that's amazing.
Yeah, I met Marge. I was out in Chicago for a lecture gig, and Marge picked me up at the airport. And what did we do? We went to antique shops. We bought photographs.
Really?
And at that point, Marge was like, I'm only buying Chicago. And I was like, okay. And then she took me to her office, and she showed me this wall of these envelopes where she had the photograph and had researched everything about the person in the pictures and was trying to facilitate reunions. And she was not, I mean, today it appears there's a reunion a minute, but in fact, it takes some time and effort to actually reconnect. And sometimes these photographs, they don't actually have any descendants. So you have to go back a little further. It takes a lot of time. So while Marge was able to find this information, but on Dead Fred, you're the driver. You go on, you look, you see if there are any photographs, and then, maybe you'll get lucky and there'll be a reunion. I know I check periodically, not expecting to find anything, but I do have colleagues who have found photographs on your site, Joe.
So don't tell me. You got to tell me about this.
Yeah.
So I can put them up as a number.
Oh, no, she knows.
Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I got to go back. Can you see that now, Dead Fred?
Yep.
Okay, great, because I got an error message there for a minute. All right. Anyone in the audience want us to search Dead Fred? Can you clarify, do we only upload photos of unknown people that need to be reunited, or can we do any photo of our ancestors? That's up to you.
Any photos of your ancestors, yeah.
That's up to you.
As long as they're not walking on the earth right now, as long as they have passed on. We don't. I've gotten beat up a few times by people that I've posted when their parents and their grandparents were the photos and they were babies. They say, "Well, I'm still alive. I don't want that photo up." So.
All right. So, does anyone in the audience want us to search on Dead Fred for perhaps one of their surnames or ancestors? Go ahead, put it in the chat. We're on YouTube and Facebook, so go right ahead. Don't be shy.
Uh-oh.
Come on. All right, I'll have to search one of mine. That's easy enough.
Okay, I got one for you too.
All right, so Taylor, right? There's a million Taylors, so you can go that way. You can scroll down. Taylor. Click the name. And these are mostly people in Pennsylvania and Missouri, Arkansas, Maine. Oh. Well, there's some I haven't seen in here before. Oh, interesting. I'm going to have to take a look at that, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That would be too cool.
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
We've got a couple folks here offered up a couple names.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So
we got one here says, can you look for Royal Woodville, Cowan? We work for Sparks Brothers, Missouri.
Okay, let me see what that name is. Charles Dean from Colorado. So let's try that for Helen Bott.
Yeah, that's my mom.
All right, so let's try Charles Dean from Colorado. So there's a way you can search. You can go to Dean. You can click the surname, quick search. So we can do Dean. Go dig. And then you can scroll. This is Dean, Maine. So that comes up with anything. Dean, South Dakota. That comes up with anything at all. There's some really old stuff on here, Joe.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. So then I am going to go back and see what happens if I hit the back button. There we go. So it was Charles Dean, right? So
Yeah.
will Charles Dean work?
Well, you take Dean out of the top and go down to
Keyword?
now detailed search.
Ah,
Yeah. There you go.
Dean,
Charles.
Charles.
Is there a place? Let's see, Charles Dean.
No. Colorado.
Okay. Colorado.
All right. I don't know why I can't. It filled in for Centennial, but we don't need that.
Okay.
We don't need that either. Just automatically filled in. We're going to submit. Nothing.
Nothing. No. Oh,
All right.
well.
Who next? Who's next?
Come back.
We got
I'll be
another
there.
person to search for.
Helen Bott. No, let's get some.
No.
I have two photos from her. Sorry, Mickey.
John Franklin Johnson.
Okay.
Whoops.
There's a lot of Johnsons on the website. Well, you got more than a few that you asked for now.
Oops. Nothing. Okay, so we'll go back and do another one.
Okay.
All right. What else we got on there, Joe?
I'll tell you. Let's see. We got a Bobby Auckland. AK. Just try the surname because that's
Aukerlund, like that.
AKER LUND.
LUND.
Yeah.
Ackerlund.
Yeah, from Iowa. But I don't
Right,
think
we'll
we have
put
any.
in-
I don't remember seeing any Aucklands. Maybe we have.
Iowa. Nothing.
No, nah. One of these days that'll work.
Well, we're
just
gonna
do
find one
Auckland.
that works anyway.
Just-
So
If you do Godfrey now, listen. There's somebody near you that had a great history. It's an album that I have. Shall I tell you a short story? We have time.
of course,
Uh,
there's all the Godfreys.
yeah, there they are.
Look, that's really early. That's an 1850s Anne Godfrey, Hampton, New Hampshire.
Now you
Look,
click
this
on.
is even earlier. Here's a
If you-
dag.
Click on Anne.
That's a dag.
I don't know what. Oh, it's a dag. Dag is the daguerreotype.
Yeah, daguerreotype, right? That's James Godfrey.
Yeah, well, that's the Godfrey family from Hampton, New Hampshire.
Wow.
And it takes them from the mid 1800s all the way up through the 1960s, 1920s, 1920s.
All right, what do you
So
want me to click on, Joe?
Click on the name Anne Godfrey. And now go down, scroll down, and click on View Other Records. And there's the album.
Whoa.
And that's the whole family.
And there's 5 pages.
5 pages. They had 15 children, and it shows them in groups, photos over the years as they thin out, as they die. But it's a very unique album in the sense that you can see the transition of time.
Yeah.
And how it affected the people.
Amazing.
It is.
Amazing. So anyone can search. Anyone can search, and you can search by location too. So if you, let me go back.
Location.
There we go.
County, state.
Yeah, you can search over here on the right. You can post photos, you can search photos, you can search by surnames, mystery, images, photographers. Say you have a photographer on an image, you can search by photographer's name. This is pretty good. I saw that somebody said they think they have a photograph of their grandparents, but they're not sure. That's my area of expertise, guys. I am the photo detective and I love to help people. If you go to my website, maureentaylor.com, you'll see lots of information, and I run webinars all the time. A lot of names to check. Just go ahead and search. And then I have wedding photos from couples in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Oh, wow.
Do you really?
Yeah, this is awesome. And then Susan Rosenbaum wrote that when you see photos in a thrift shop, how can you tell if it's an old photo or one of those old time things you can get on the boardwalk? Susan, you need to take some of my webinars on how to identify a photograph. There's some stuff on my YouTube channel if you're on Facebook, but go to Photo Detective on YouTube, and there's some YouTube videos that will show you how to tell what kind of photograph you have. And you can always ask me questions. What else? So anybody that's here that's listed a name on the right, do me a favor, go to deadfred.com and search and see if you can find anyone.
Yep.
And Susan, get on my mailing list if you're not on my mailing list.
And if you find a relative, please let me know.
Joe lives for it.
I live for it. That's my energy drink.
Yeah, I mean, how many people a week go on your site? I mean, at one point it was 5,000 a week.
Yeah, a week, but it's much more than that now. You know what? And I no longer keep track of it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it seems to be it seems to be pretty active. You know something else? If you go see those the alphabet.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to the letter P, and scroll down, keep scrolling until you come to photo albums.
Oh.
Now, some of them are still partially being posted.
Look at all of these. Joe, I just ran a class on photo albums. I'm going to use some of yours the next time.
Okay. One of the...
look at this, 1870s, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois.
Yeah. I got a lady that wrote me last week, and she is sending me a photo album from 1860.
And she doesn't know who they are?
No.
Okay.
So I'm going to post that when I get it.
All right. And do we have any information on the provenance, the history of ownership of this album?
Only what's written in the comments section.
Oh man, I live for working on photo albums. I love to put the names with the people in the albums. If people,
Well, I have about, I'm guessing here, I have about 25 albums, maybe 30.
I live for that, Joe. It's my favorite kind of mystery.
Okay,
somebody
good.
tells me what their family is, and then we can put names with the people in the album. This is awesome. I love that I can share this on Facebook, that there are 29 albums in this database, in the album itself. And you can search within here. This is great.
Now, if you go back to the alphabet again, so you got photo albums, and then you go back to the alphabet and click on S.
This is like inside tips.
Yeah.
Insider tips. All right, now where am I going?
Scroll down to school annuals.
Look at that.
And those are the school annuals that we have posted.
Wow. All right, let's just do 1917 Easton High School. I see. So this is the entire yearbook.
Yeah.
Now, suppose Suppose
Good.
somebody wants a copy.
Well, give them a copy. I'll make a copy.
Make a
And if
copy. You
somebody,
can right-click copy even.
Yeah, you can right-click copy. But when it comes to photos, I'm glad you asked me that. When it comes to photos, if you find a photograph of your relative, ancestor, that belongs to the archive, I'll send it to you for free. Doesn't cost anything.
You did that with my friend Midge. She found her Schofield ancestor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no kidding.
And
That's right.
you sent her that one, and it was really cute. She said, "Oh my goodness!" He said, "By the way, I have his sister," and you sent her that one too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was Midge, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These were in my brother-in-law's house. His mother saved him. He was an only child and did not know who these people were. Is that Linda Chappelle? Is that the album? Oh, if
No.
you go, Kathy, if you go to P under surname search and then scroll down, you can come to something that says photo albums. Linda Chappelle, was that your photo album that you submitted? That these were in your brother-in-law's house? His mother saved them? I'm wondering.
Linda Chappelle.
And I mean, there are people who are setting up Facebook pages and whatever they're buying photographs and then reuniting with people. I'm going to do a whole webinar on this in April.
Oh,
Just started working on it. But here's the thing. Anyone is like, gee, I wish I had the money to buy photos in the shops. Well, you don't have to. You can come to Dead Fred. You can pick somebody off one of the pages and then try to find their relatives and tell them that it's on Dead Fred. It works both ways.
yeah, no kidding.
Joe doesn't
Absolutely.
matter.
No. As a matter of fact, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And if you go out to eat, if you happen to be by a what was it called?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. They have photos on the wall. Take pictures, put them on the archive. Some of them have names, so you'll be able to say to somebody, your great uncle's hanging on a wall in Cracker Barrel in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah. Any questions for Joe about Dead Fred? He's been at this a long time. It's an amazing site, Joe. And,
Well, I want to thank Amanda and Jeanette. I don't know. You've met Jeanette.
I don't think I've met either of the women
you
that
haven't.
are
No, you
the
need to.
archivists.
You need to.
So many questions, but I'm talking to
And Daniel. Daniel's our new computer guy. He takes care of all the problems. And I'll tell you that we get problems. You know how it is with websites.
I do, unfortunately.
Yeah. So he takes care of them very well.
They sometimes get, yeah.
Amanda developed the site, the structure of it. She was the bones about it. So, and Jeanette is the voice. She did the book, the one on the left-hand side of the website.
Yeah, I think I wrote an article for that book, Joe.
She's really good at what she does. She's scribe marketing. So it's all about putting photos on the website and people finding their relatives. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun. I'm not a genealogist. People like Marie, or Marge Rice, who dig deep and dig solid and are very, very focused and minute in what they do. So I'm scatterbrained.
Yeah, not scatterbrained.
I scan all day long.
Listen, you're going to love what somebody just put in the chat, Joe. This guy, Russ, said that he added the Jalbert photos to his tree. He's not a direct descendant, and provided the photo number on Dead Fred in case a relative does a search. So they can go on like maybe ancestry.com, see his tree, and they'll have a little link there to go to Dead Fred to see the photograph.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yes. You'll find a lot of Dead Fred photos on Facebook. Find a grave.
Do you put those up there?
Absolutely.
Oh.
The idea is to get a photo home. Marge Rice gives enough information on her photos that they can be brought over to find the grave.
Yeah.
So I've got 2,000 up there.
And a few more to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions for Joe before I let him go? We could talk literally for another half an hour. Yeah, hours. Joe, I am going to surprise you. Don't be shocked.
What?
If I knock on your door someday.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a heads up, will you?
I will give you a heads up.
My wife will tear my head off.
Huh?
My wife will tear your head off and my head off. She's very concerned. She wants to make sure her house is perfect.
Oh,
for guests.
Listen, I don't worry about that stuff.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe. Your site is the best. I also try to connect old photos when I find them to their family. I post some on Find a Grave and have reunited a few that way. People are amazed that I don't want any money.
Yeah.
Who will continue this project? Ackerman wants to know.
That's yes. I'm working on that. That's very important.
It is.
I'm 76 now going on. And the clock's ticking. So I got to find somebody to step in and take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to go on. We're going to find somebody. It's just a matter of who. Yeah. Somebody with the desire to scan day in and day out.
And what we both want is no photo left unclaimed.
There you go. Boy, we would make that our mantra.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call that's going to be the title for the April talk. I think no photo left unclaimed.
I like that. I do.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down before I forget it.
Okay. All right. I want to can I thank all my friends that are on here that I know.
You can thank all your friends
and
that are on here.
Everybody that are on there that I don't know. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it.
Spread the word.
Seriously.
And go on Dead Fred, look for your pictures, and help people find their photographs on Dead Fred. Yeah.
Yes.
Stay safe. I need another house to take over Joe's archive.
Yeah, my whole downstairs is nothing but archive.
Yeah, I'd need to rent an apartment for that, Joe.
Well, that's all right. You can do that.
Yeah.
Think about it, Maureen.
Yeah, I know you're looking for the next guy.
Okay.
Or girl. All right. Thank you so much, Joe, for being on Blast from the Past. All of you, please, if you haven't, sign up for my newsletter, check out Joe's site, and we'll see you next month. We're working on our guest for next month. Is there an age limit? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Bobby, but if you have a question specifically for Joe, he is on Facebook. You can reach him that way.
Yes, there's no age. There's no age limit that I can think of. There's no.
Yeah, Joe. One last question for you. Of all the photos you've posted, do you have one that's your favorite?
I do. It's in the album. As a matter of fact, I don't know if we have time to look at it.
Well, we can try. If it's your favorite, I say let's go for it. Which one is it?
Type in the keyword search Shenandoah.
Shenandoah, is that right now?
Yes.
Shenandoah. Not sure if that's right. I'm not sure I spelled it right.
Shenda.
Yeah, hold on. I spelled it wrong. You
can go to. Yeah, Shenandoah. Matter of fact, go to S and scroll down to it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I don't know why I can't spell Shenandoah today, but it's being a stumbling block.
Shen. A lot of S's.
A lot of S's. Don't look at the screen. Shenandoah. Oh, I forgot the A. That's what the problem was.
Okay. There's a couple different ones.
Oh, this is a Shenandoah album.
Yes, it is.
It's a parade.
There's a picture of if you scroll down, it might be the next one, but there's a picture of a couple of young children. Okay, I think you're there. Go back up. right there in the center, you'll see some children playing in the water.
Yep.
Click on that. I think that's it. There's a series of 4 or 5 pictures. Here's one. That's it. They're having a wonderful time. It's 1915. My grandmother didn't live. She lived in Shenandoah during that time. And she might have known these kids, but just how much fun they're having.
This is wonderful.
And I like that photograph. For some reason, it just touched my heart.
We all have our favorites.
And you can click on that photograph and enlarge it.
Look at them. It's like they just jumped in the water right outside. And they still have their hats on.
Yeah, you notice behind them there's the outhouse.
Outhouse.
Yeah. Click on the photo, see if it enlarges. I think it might.
Nope.
It doesn't enlarge.
Not on my computer. Could be a Mac thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It might be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Anyway, thank you so much, Joe, for doing this. Thank you for doing all that you do. And it's been a pleasure knowing you all these years.
Same here, Maureen. It's been a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on.
That's what we're doing. All right, everyone. We're going to end this broadcast. Joe, best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Bye, everyone.